Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to YouTube Unfolded. If it's your first time here, hopefully you've hit the subscribe button. And if you're a visitor, welcome back. Okay, I'm just going to get into it. I think this will be a quick conversation. I'll drop the link also if anybody would like to come up to express themselves, but feel free to hang out in the chat. So the 2024 election. Um, did a lot for this country, not, in my opinion, a good way. So the big question is now that we're weeks out, is everyone recovered yet? You know, Thanksgiving is coming, and that could lead to some interesting dinner time. I don't know if any of you have even contemplated that. You can, drop in the link and drop in the chat. And then let me get the invite for the link. I'm just going to throw up my disclaimer. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So, um, let me just take a look. Hi, Mina. I think you joined us, Scratching Pete, as the intro was going. Hello, boss lady. Denise out there. Hi, Sis Elise. How are you? Hello, Wanda. How you doing? I'm saving my energy for the resistance ahead, child. Sis Hilda. How you doing? How are you? You cooking? Oh, okay. Always cooking. What you cooking up? What are you cooking up? Oh, Ray Triggs is in the house. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, let me get the invite. Have you unfriended people? I know that has occurred with some people. I had to mute a couple of people before the election because it was just seeing a side of them. And I was just like, does it take all that just to kind of promote your candidate? Like you can just say, hey, just go out and vote, like I was doing, just stay low key. But, some people do, some people don't, and it is what it is. But have we really recovered? Have you recovered? There was a lot of angst, and I know that, yeah, Thanksgiving is what, 2 days away? That's hard to believe. And family gatherings can be a hotbed. Hilda says chicken and rice. Then tomorrow I have to do Thanksgiving shopping. Oh yeah, don't wait till the last minute to get in the stores, everybody, and get your goodies. I had an uncle who has passed many years ago, but me and my cousins, his children, my cousins, love to get him riled up. We would pick a topic. We would have him. He would be like, "What are you talking about?" But we did it in a way. It was in the end we would all be laughing, but it was like he just couldn't get this young generation. What's wrong with you all? And that type of thing. But for me, I think I'm recovered. I recovered the next day. Like I got up, looked at my phone, saw who won, said, "Okay, that's what the country has chosen." And I'm going to just go on with life as I would any other day. Um, the 4 years that he was in office previously were very high anxiety. I shall not let that happen again. There's some things that we all can do, just centering ourselves, meditation, um, legislation, and all that stuff. Well, we're going to see how that all goes. We've heard of Project 2025. We have to see, I kind of look at it now. This is what you all voted for, this is what you shall get. Um, and where the chips fall is where they fall. I'm just not one to, you know, someone gets blasted away by a cop. Okay, moving on next day. Because in this country, there's mass shootings. Nobody gives a shit, really. Nobody really gives a shit because nothing changes. So, you know, the next puppet, as many call the person that holds the office of presidency, um, we'll just see. We'll just see what the puppet masters really want to happen. That's what I kind of see. So, but we'll see. Hilda says, nobody coming over, just me, my son. Oh, and Louis. Oh, okay. Hilda, we were supposed to travel, but I'm still in a lot of pain. Oh, yeah. That can hinder you just a little bit. Let me see. Lorna says Latinos just voted their jobs away with Rump going to impose a 25%, um, I guess, this tariff on Canadian imports. Canada supplies U.S. with 83%. Is that potatoes or potash used in farm fertilizer? Oh, and most of your construction lumber. Well, I didn't realize that. See those little details? But that's very interesting. Thank you for that, Lorna. Well, neighbors calling neighbors, all that stuff. Hey, Dr. Nikki, aka Jesus Whip, how are you? And the Duchess of Vocabulary, how are you? Um, I don't know. I didn't want to. I was in different chats across the YouTube hallways, and people were talking about, especially immediately after the election, which to me, this is the first time I think since I've been voting that we've had results so quickly. Maybe I'm wrong. Um, but as the people have decided, uh, so be it. The sun has come out. The weather's doing what the weather does and all that fun stuff. But I really want to. Are we really okay? Have we recovered? Because just hearing what people have said, on the X app, etc. Many have left in droves because of who owns it and his antics leading up to. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's no big deal. Maybe everyone is just kind of taking the same position like life is what life is going to be, whether it's 2024, 2025, and we're just going to kind of move along, do what we do, and go about our day. So, truly was just curious about how everybody feels. I don't care on what side someone has voted because, either way, it doesn't matter at this moment. Does it really matter? Does which party we vote for matter anymore? I kind of ponder that question also. I would just like to see candidates run and not be a party affiliation. And I would love our courts not to be stacked with political appointees, but that's a whole nother discussion. Um, that like way beyond, and maybe we will have that on here. So, but yeah, I'm taking it. Everybody is cool with life as it appears to be, or seems to be, or is since the election, and no major changes have occurred in lives, which is important. Of course, power hasn't switched hands, so we'll see what happens in January. I guess my greater thought is at least there won't be an insurrection that I would think. I don't think that will ever happen again. Hopefully not. But, time shall tell if those that feel that they were cheated out of something are going to run up and take something, you know, take over Congress and stop the certification of the vote. Hilda says, I'm neutral with it. I just want to see something get done. Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, but what is it that we want to see get done? Each, my thought and how it always seems to have been taught to me is the policies of the one that's currently in the office, it takes several years before we start seeing those changes. So when one goes out and then just as they're leaving, things are doing really well, and then suddenly things start tanking out. It's like, is that because of who's currently in office or who was in office? Um, all I see around me is construction happening, and construction does not happen if the economy's not doing well. Lumber prices a couple of years ago, things weren't being built, and now there's building going on, and which means trucks are on the road and commerce and products are running. So I just I rarely listen to the news only because I'm like, I don't want you filling my head with fear over, oh, what's the latest spooky disease out there. But I kind of looked at the barometer of what's happening around, and it was every time I go down a road, there's a new building going, an apartment complex, townhouses, and they're not going for cheap. Um, there's a housing development that was built maybe about 20 minutes from where I live, and I've never seen this before, but the new model is they're building new homes, not for sale, but for lease. I thought that was very different. And we're not talking inexpensive rents. I'm floored at how much a friend of mine pays in New Jersey, but it kind of throws me. Hi, everybody coming in. Hi, Rosanna. Hilda said, I still see families being homeless, welfare not helping how they say they are. It's a lot going on in this shitty city. Yeah. Well, New York City has always been different in that sense. Even out in California, on the other side of the country, you see a lot with homelessness. And I see even sporadically, um, you get to a traffic light and it depends on where you're at. And you get some that will swarm a car, and it's like, okay, um, keep windows up and really kind of not look to the side because it just depends. If I'm alone, I'm not trying to roll down my window and have a situation. So, yeah. Rosanna says, yes, even in New Jersey, a lot of roads are working on. And I grew up in Jersey, and that is a wonderful thing to wonderful thing to hear. Although enough with the, I don't know, road construction. There's bridges probably and little road crossings that every city, state could really use a upgrade on because, you look at some of the government buildings and it's like, really, y'all have people still working in buildings that are like from the 19 whatevers, um, and maybe have elevated the heating system, maybe have elevated the heating system, but that does not um, mean that it's really fit for somebody to be in there working. City governments and state governments, a mess. Church Nelly, they better not raise the price of my of my moonshine ingredients or vibrators. You are, I, I just love you. You are so crazy. Or my hubby will be working overtime, and I'm not talking about on his job. Oh, Church Nelly, only you. Only you. And I thought, King Triggs would be cutting up, but no, it's Church Nelly. Never fails, never fails. Um, Churchill, you did have me cracking up because I forgot which it was the live Sussex Saturday, I guess, right after the election, and you were dropping the ICE number in the chat, and I literally was crying laughing. I got off and I was like, did I just see that? But phew, you were funny. Lorna says, VS, you are looking at the front end of construction building with materials ordered 6 months to a year before you will see the slowdown in a year. Walmart and Target are already giving warning. You know, that's the kicker. When I did hear that about Walmart is raising prices, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh, you're pre-planning. Is that, are you the futures market now, Walmart? Like you're going to be like you don't rip off the vendors that produce, it's just my opinion, that produce goods that they sell in the stores a lot of times. Y'all aren't paying top dollar, but that's why they are billionaires. So, the owners of that corporation. But yeah, um, Target should be ashamed of themselves because they weren't like they were cheap as it was, but Everybody's gonna get their lick, so to speak. Food prices, we've been seeing a rise for a long time. It's like products up, income not so much. It depends on, also what field anybody's in that it may. Church Nelly with her antics. Remember, an orgasm a day keeps dementia away. Oh, is that it? Mina, everything is already going up as far as prices in stores, etc. Yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't get any higher than that. But we do what we have to do in order to survive. I just, yeah, wanted to take a temperature and see how everyone was feeling. And those that listen to the replay, drop a comment, let us know. Let me know what your thoughts are regarding, the 2024 election. Have you recovered? Or are you having angst about family gatherings? That whole thing. Um, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, it will be a very quick conversation with family. I'd rather just kind of go on to how are you feeling? You know, hopefully, you got good reports from doctors because I do have an uncle that is sick. So, Church and Lee says if wig prices go up, I'm starting a wig GoFundMe. They probably will, because most people will pull their hair out because it's gonna be something else. Let me see, Hilda. Every year, rent, food, light, and all of it goes up. Yes, and my husband laughs at me because he'll walk out a room, and I'll go to the room and just flip the light switch off, like, and it drives him absolutely crazy. But I tell them I was raised when you walked out of a room, you turn the light out. Then that, you know, was I going to talk back to my grandmother? Oh no. Was I going to say, well, I'm coming right back? If I did, I probably wouldn't have the teeth that I have in my mouth now. But yeah, my grandmother and just was not one to play like that. So mean, I'm more anxious about what's gonna happen in the new year. Okay. So the resolve has kicked in. It's just let's see. Well, I guess it's all of us. Let's just see what happens. I'll just say if mass deportations occur, and what are you doing to stop them from just looping right back around? I mean, they have tunnels, so you found the tunnels, every single one of them that probably have been there for how long? Decades. You know, put the wall up that you started, 8 years ago, maybe finish the wall, and that most of our monies was going to. So that's my little thing. I'm gonna drop the link again if anybody cares to join, if you're able to join. If not, no problem. Now I know those that are used to the other channel. Yeah, I don't usually drop links, so y'all ain't used to this type of thing, but no biggie. If you're not able to join, I need to jump off in a few minutes, but because I did say this was going to be short, I'm actually over the time I thought I would be on. Just a yapping. Um, what was I going to say? I do have some other topics of interest coming up. Hopefully, they're topics of interest, but you'll get to see a little bit of what goes through my crazy brain. What goes through my crazy, crazy brain? Anyway, all right. What's the eyeballs for, Hilda? See, some of you that just know from the other content that I do, I mean, I'm pretty low key, laid back, that type of stuff. But I'm laid back over here too. Don't get it twisted. But you see a little bit more of that Leo in me. Mhm. You're just being a sus. Why are you being sus? I'm a kind person, crazy, but I'm kind person. If you ask my husband, I'm crazy, but uh-oh, Church Nelly's got her eye rolls. What's that mean? What you trying to say, Church Nelly? What are you trying to say? Mm. Oh Lord, all I'm getting is the facial expressions. Let me see. Hilda's like, I've always known you to be kind, LOL. I'm still kind. I'm still kind. I'm not a mean bitch. Unless you come at me as a mean bitch, and then I'll give it to you. But I haven't been pushed to those limits. Don't really care to be, and there's really no reason at this point in time. I don't believe, but hey, life is short. Certainly, I'm so changing my name to Menopausal Moonshine Mini. That would be hilarious. I want to see how many chats you go into and somebody doesn't just start blocking, especially, y'all have a reputation. Hilda's like, no, church. Hey, Josephine, how are you? That would be funny to see you do, Church Nelly. So, we can call you MMM, Menopausal Moonshine Mini, or to make it easier on us. Yes. All right. Well, I'm going to, unless y'all have something else you want to drop in the chat or, add to the convo. I want to thank you all for joining. Got to get back to some other duties that truly pay these crazy bills. But I had a little time free time that I wanted to go live, and I'm working on these watch hours and such. So, um, but I want to thank you all for joining, hanging out, giving me a view. Hopefully, you hit the thumbs up. And thanks to those who may have shared me out. I'll see it once I get off and will acknowledge. So, what is Church Nelly saying? Secret crush, Bookman on Good Times, loved him as Barry Belafonte, Lord of mercy. There were some very talented individuals on that show that, Hilda says, platypus sounds like a good name. Oh my gosh, she's going to come back at you on something. Phew. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. All right. Well, ponder, consider, and especially as you are gathering for family, dinner on Thursday, Thanksgiving, just look at the ones that start acting a little off and be like, yeah, you're not recovered yet. So, anyway, take care, everybody. We'll be talking soon. Bye.